What's up, guys? Here with Scott. We just got a Jiu-Jitsu. A fucking beast-ass class, dude. Beast-ass class.
Yeah, it was fun, but this came to my attention. You know how doctors go through internships?
Right.
Well, you know how they're like really grueling and like they got to stay awake for like 3 days at a time and all that stuff?
Yeah.
The four main doctors that started it's called a residency. You know the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, yeah, the residency.
They were hooked on cocaine. And they was known to stay up for 3 days in a row.
Yeah.
And they're the ones that outlined this thing the doctors got to follow. And guess how they treated it? With freaking morphine. Oh, yeah. And so they got these doctors running around after these cocaine heads, you know, that set the record. All four of the guys. One of the guys at the hospital down here, what is it? St. John's?
St. John's?
He founded St. John's.
Oh,
he was a fucking cokehead. And he stayed up for like 3 days. And now these guys are running around. Dude, the main thing that's when you get surgery is how much sleep did your doctor get the night before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't it like if it's less than 6 hours or something? Dude, it jumps up by like 150%.
And then it goes up to 180% an accident and going home. If they don't make a human error, or they don't get an accident going home, or they don't make a surgery error, there's a 300% chance they're gonna make one of those three within 24 hours. That's how long they stay up. Jesus. And nobody's addressed that problem because they think, oh, you got to be like a badass and do the registry to show that you're going to hang with the doctors, you know.
So they force them to do something
that somebody else
was impossible,
right? Well,
like naturally.
Naturally would be impossible.
Naturally, it's impossible. But like you have to do fucking drugs to stay up that late.
Yeah, but they don't. They're expected not to do any drugs and stay up that late.
Right, so which is impossible.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, so much human error would occur.
Yeah,
and your body's shutting down, and your senses is all messed up.
Well, no, and it does because look at the insurance that goes up for shit, you know. But I just seen that, and I just couldn't believe that they're going to hold doctors to standards that they know. The doctors that made the standards were freaking cokeheads that were known to stay for 3 hours at a time. Because, you know, they still use cocaine for nose surgery. It's a Schedule 2, but, marijuana is still Schedule 1, no medical purpose.
Because of federal stuff, yeah.
Well, it has no medical purpose.
Even though
it helps, right?
Yeah, all
because there's no FDA. You can't study something at Schedule 1. You can't FDA do any studies. Why would you? It has no medicinal purposes. Yeah, but cocaine is used for certain nose surgeries.
Damn.
For bleeding or something like that, because it has a numbing effect. Like that's where they got cortisone or
and then they pack it or something for the nose.
I don't know that much, but I know that's where they got what's that stuff? Lidocaine.
Lidocaine
came from cocaine or something. Yeah,
that makes sense. Lidocaine.
And the same thing too. If you want to get hooked on coke faster, chain smoke cigarettes. It pre-wires your brain to cook.
Addiction.
Yeah. It's weird to shit you learn when you read, man. Yeah.
Damn. So if this is like common knowledge, then why don't they?
It's not common knowledge.
It's not?
No.
So like it's just out there?
Well, it's just like all the information is pouring on YouTube now, and people are actually starting to pay attention, which is bad if it comes to the singularity point, to where everybody will be connected to the web. Me and you will be able to know whatever we want at any time.
Right. Well, we can almost do that.
That's a hive mind, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah. So everything's connected, like networks.
So I can say, why are you making them stay up so late? You know, the doctors and shit, and they're like, oh, you know why? Because the cokeheads started that shit. You know, so how's that gonna happen? Yeah. So this shit gets out, it's going to change human history for the good or bad.
Well, it would be better, right? Because if it gets out, then it will say, oh, you know, for the residencies, they'll reduce the duration of like on shift. So it would reduce the error.
Yeah, I would think so, but there's multiple impacts. Just like saying if you're going to go to electricity from gasoline, there are going to be multiple impacts, like 7-Eleven shutting down everywhere and shit like this. So I don't know what the multiple impacts would be. Like, oh, should I be a doctor because it's easier now? But you still got to spend that 7-year registry. So you got to be serious. I mean,
they should be dedicated.
Yeah. So why would they run you out during your best 7 years of learning? They run you into the ground. Right. And then they freaking expect you to perform that way. It's just they're setting you up for failure. It's wrong.
Right. Well, you know, like human culture, we're trying to evolve for the better. So
yeah, this is one thing we should address. Don't you think so?
Yeah, absolutely. If we can reduce human error, and make less mistakes, less injuries.
And that's all it is. Because when you're tired, it's more human error because you can't. What else is there that you're going to mess up on? Right. There's always going to be human error if you're tired. I mean, it's just an error, human error.
But there's been studies. Has there been studies done? It shows the significant increase in error.
That's what I said when we were going through the 200. You're like, how do you get 200, 300, 4%? Because they're showing that if they don't make a misdiagnosis by the end of the night, they don't mess up in surgery by the end of the night. Correct. It goes from like 75% if they haven't done it yet, to like 150%, and then it goes to like 280% driving home after like a 36-hour shift they haven't slept. There's one of those 3 things that have to happen out of like 3 or 4 times to one person.
Right.
For it to be 300%.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So you're going to be getting in a wreck, making a
that's
misdiagnosis,
crazy.
And doing something else while this one guy's doing something. They're all doing bad shit.
Right. And, and it's not just like a single location. This is happening across globally.
Well,
globally,
it's America, but Canada's worse, I guess. But America's the best because everybody comes here. That's like a lot of people don't know. America has a secret weapon. It's all the people from around the world come here to study in our universities because we have the best ones and we offer the best, scholarships and stuff. I remember hearing that a lot from people. Like, America's real secret weapon is all the smartest people come here to study.
Well, we have those schools like Yale, Harvard.
I didn't know they're that big of a deal.
Oh, dude, they're massive. They're like a lighthouse, a beacon of fucking knowledge.
I didn't know that. And then they have all those ties. They don't tell you about all the ties to the back networks that head into the back of the presidency and all that shit.
Oh, probably, yeah. Probably they have influence,
Well, the United Nations is just one big gag to get everybody on the same page. And that.
Well, yeah. Because aren't they talking about that global currency now?
Yeah, they're trying to get
They're trying to get that in there.
But then there's just so many different problems. People think things are so easy. It just multiplies with more people on the earth.
Oh, yeah.
Of
course.
Of course, if there's 10 people around, we could definitely settle it. But that's why everybody should just live in their separate country. That way they can get along and just live there. If Hillary Clinton was going to get elected, I was going to move to Canada.
Well, I mean...
Or I was going to move somewhere.
There's globalism, right? Like, one thing...
I want to be able to get away
one
from
thing,
something. Yeah.
And it impacts other people because we export it and we import other goods. Like, just for example, bananas from Brazil.
Well, yeah,
right?
We can't grow that shit, so we import it.
So we import it, and that's everything affects everyone. Yeah. So they get money, and then they import something else from India or something. So it's this whole global structure.
I understand what you're saying, how it works and stuff, but the thing I'm worried about mostly is if everything was one world order, then you couldn't say, like, yo, I want to go live in Ireland because I don't like people over in America because they legalize marijuana and everybody smokes marijuana. I don't like it, so I'm going to live in Ireland where it's still illegal. You should have that choice if you want to do that. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that's the choice.
America, because we have the
like
freedoms.
my choice. Yeah, like my choice. Hillary Clinton, and they wouldn't have killed me if I said I didn't like her because we got the First Amendment or whatever.
That's right, dude.
I didn't like her. I don't like her. And then
does some shady stuff.
And I would have left, man. I don't think America would have lasted very long if Hillary Clinton was president, anyways.
Who knows? We don't know.
We don't even know how long America's going to last, anyways. There's people saying it's going to fall down in the next 50 years.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of people that hate Trump. There's a lot of people that love Trump. It just depends. Like all we know is Trump's our president now. What is he doing to improve our country?
I think anything that Trump did is better. Yeah, like what he's doing. I think Trump is cool because first of all he has money and there's nothing he can gain. His wife's already hot as shit. You know what I mean?
I think she's pretty.
So and people hear him talk bad. I mean, come on, who hasn't said bad things?
Everyone has. Yeah. If you haven't said a bad thing, what are you, a monk or something?
I asked my aunt the same thing, and she's like, "Oh, I was like, don't tell me you didn't say stuff like that back in your day." She's like, So it was like locker room talk, and the people are so offended by that. Then there's this gender roles, man.
Oh,
and it's like, dude, if you want me to call you a guy when you're really a female. That is affecting me. That's not affecting you,
bro. It's intense. Yeah, no one should be able to force you. You have to call me whatever. No, I don't have to call you.
There's a logical thing for this. I came up the other day too. It's like saying I want you to call me daddy, and if you don't call me daddy, then I feel offended.
What the fuck? That's
what I mean? Though?
Yeah.
Because some girl comes up to me and she's like, I want you to refer to me as him, and you're looking at her and you're like. You want me to call you him, but I know that you're a female?
And she's what's your name? Just ask her what's your name. No, but this is
what I'm going to do. I'm going to be like...
Him or her, whatever.
I'm going to be like, all right, so I got to refer to you as Shane or him. And he's like her or him. I'm like, okay, then I want you to call me daddy. And she's like, no, I don't feel comfortable with that. Well, I'm like, I don't feel comfortable calling you a him.
Right.
That's exactly what I'm going to do because I thought of this.
I think it boils down to people need to respect each other. And that's it.
Or mind their own business.
Or mind their own business. Yeah, if you don't, you feel offended or whatever, hey... you can walk away from the situation.
I think we've
just
got
like fighting.
I think we've got
walk away from a situation.
I think we've got a little bit too much with taking it easy on the bullying, because a little bit of bullying, especially in the workplace, provides for more
What I think is it creates like a roadblock, a challenge, and anytime you confront a challenge and you overcome it, you grow. You grow and you evolve and you understand different aspects, and you become more of a whole individual.
Yeah,
that's what I think.
It's definitely right. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, man, it's good. So it's just like jiu-jitsu. I love jiu-jitsu. Because it presents so many different challenges for me, and it changes my mind and how I look at things.
It actually probably changes the wiring of your mind too, because you're using your body movement. You've never trained like that before.
Oh, I never.
So the wiring to your brain is actually probably changing because you're using your limbs differently.
Oh yeah, probably.
You've never even played basketball, have you?
I played like growing up and
like every day for a year.
Oh no.
Okay.
No way.
So you never. Okay.
No, maybe like once or twice a week here and there.
No,
for like 20 minutes.
I'm telling you, like I'm talking like 5 hours.
Oh,
Monday through Friday.
No,
like
full-time job.
Full court.
Yeah.
That's my brother. We had no body fat, dude.
Damn. Yeah, because you're just running. Dude.
You just run back and forth.
Was it here in Florida?
Yeah, it was at Holiday Rec Center.
Dude. Oh yeah, I know where Holiday is.
Yeah,
I used to play tennis there. Tennis is fun, man. But in the sun, especially in Florida.
You know what's a lot of fun? Racquetball.
Racquetball's fun.
The three little walls, but
yeah, that's good stuff.
We played inside when the sun hit us,
yeah.
But we'd have to play outside when we were little because the big guys would kick us out.
Yeah, but dude, the sun would just bake your fat off, dude. Just shred weight, just shred it.
The worst thing about the sun is it causes skin cancer in your skin, and a lot of people don't know that.
Yeah,
that's why I'm so white.
I'm so white because I stay inside a lot on the computer.
I do that. I stay inside a lot too. That's how I keep white. Man, I'm getting old.
That's alright, dude.
All right, man. So I'm gonna go watch a movie, but I'm not gonna say which one, so I'm gonna get in trouble. Is that how long we've been on there? 11 minutes.
Yep, that's right.
That's a long tape.
Yeah,
all right, shut her down, man. This is number 2.
See you guys. Number 2 after jiu-jitsu. BS and with Scott. Thanks, brother.
Yep.
See ya.
Peace.